This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below.
There's a new kind of takedown request on YouTube, and I don't know when this happened, but I'm really excited about this. I think this solves so many problems. Come with me as we look at Google's support document. What is a scheduled copyright takedown request? If a copyright owner identifies that you've posted their copyright protected work on YouTube without authorization, they may schedule a takedown request of your video. If the copyright owner issues a delayed copyright takedown request, you'll have 7 days before the targeted content is removed. This is mind-blowing. This is amazing. I can't believe that we've taken this long to get to such a great solution to this problem. Instead of issuing an immediate takedown with an immediate copyright strike, YouTube gives you 7 days to figure out what you want to do. This is only if the claimant, the sender, opts for a 7-day takedown, but I think this could be a really good solution to the problem. During this 7-day period, it says there are a few different things you can do. Do nothing. You can wait for the takedown request to take effect. At that point, the video will be removed and the copyright strike will be applied to your account. A video can receive multiple content ID claims or takedown requests, but you can only get one copyright strike at a time. You can delete your video. If you remove your video before 7 days are up, your video will be off the site, but your channel won't get a copyright strike. So you can get a copyright takedown and take it down voluntarily without getting a strike. That's awesome. And that's by agreement of the parties because they agreed to the 7-day takedown notice terms. You can reach out to the content owner, figure it out with them, get them to retract their copyright claim and work out whatever terms, whether you pay a licensing fee or not, that can be worked out each time. And then it says, if the delayed takedown request was the result of your appeal of a content ID claim, you can cancel your appeal within 7 days. This prevents the takedown and keeps the claim active on your video, so then you would have the content ID monetization claim. After 7 days, when YouTube removes the video, your channel will get a copyright strike. Deleting the video at that point does not resolve the strike. Strikes expire after 90 days, but your video won't be reinstated after the strike expires. If it's your first strike, you'll need to complete copyright school. At this point, you may also choose to submit a counter notification if you believe your video was mistakenly removed because it was misidentified as infringing or qualifies as fair use. Was this helpful? Yes. I think that's amazing. Absolutely amazing that YouTube has decided to implement an agreed upon 7-day takedown schedule. It's optional. This is not the new normal. This is now an option for parties sending claims. So if Trevor Mallman wanted to escalate the Thunderfoot fair use, not fair use stock footage dispute over the SpaceX SN9 crash footage thing, he could issue a 7-day takedown and sort of push it along. It has to be resolved within 7 days, and Thunderfoot could decide. I'm not saying that's the solution for that case, but that would be a new option that we hadn't seen before. So I really like this. I think this is moving solutions to copyright problems forward and not taking steps backwards. Like, maybe we can argue all day about the Copyright Claims Board, the Case Act, and whether a small claims court will really further the purposes of copyright, whether it will give people injured by false claimants more remedies, or whether it will give copyright trolls more power. But it might also give copyright owners who have sincere claims, that might give them more power, but it might then give people who are making borderline uses less power, who might see less of the sort of unprosecuted or unenforced not fair uses of videos suddenly go enforced on YouTube because there's a small claims court. This doesn't seem to have a downside. If, at least not the one that I can think. Can you think of a downside? Put it in the comments below. If I have a copyright claim against you and we can't work it out privately, or I choose not to approach you because I've just got so much else to do, I can issue a 7-day notice, and then you'll contact me, we'll work it out in 7 days, and if we don't, you can take it down voluntarily, escalate it to a counter notification, let it go through as a strike, or, well, I guess we already said take it down. So I think that's a really amazing move on YouTube's part. And YouTube doesn't get a lot of credit for the way they handle copyright. They're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. They're always on the wrong side of the fence whenever they make some sort of change to the way their copyright system works, or just because copyright works badly in general. See the Tom Scott video that I cameoed in. That was indicative not of YouTube's copyright problem, but just copyright in general has these problems of false takedowns and fair use being complicated. That's the law being complicated, not YouTube being bad at it. But then there's also YouTube not observing counter notifications, not allowing for fair use counter notifications. Sometimes, a lot of the time, YouTube sometimes not just not processing counter notifications and never explaining why. YouTube never explaining why in general is a bad problem. We have the problem right now where I'm in the self-certifications program, like many creators are, and we got 1 or 2 or 3 of our self-certifications wrong over the past year. Maybe it's more than that over the past year, but it's not like hundreds. We've made hundreds of videos and we got like a handful of the self-certifications wrong. And now YouTube says we have a 0% self-certification rating, even though we got hundreds of them right. I don't like that. But what can I do? I can't sue YouTube. I can't even really petition YouTube for a change of that. I just have to keep going because I either stop making content on YouTube because I'm so mad about it, or I put up with the vagueness and opaqueness and obfuscation that YouTube creates for its partners. Because, you know, partners are supposed to be abused like that, right? That's why we call them partners, because, you know, you always hurt the ones you love. Sorry, that's me being a little bit sour about that. I do think, though, that this scheduled copyright takedown request is amazing, and I do want to give YouTube props for that. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
Thank you for watching. I'm Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney, and this is Lawful Masses, your favorite legal news and education channel here on YouTube. You can also find us on Floatplane and on twitch.tv/lawfulmasses on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Our channel is community supported by your monthly financial contributions on patreon.com/ljfrench, sponsors.com/law, through YouTube memberships, and through Floatplane subscriptions. Thank you to the following $50 plus supporters in the month of March: Joe Tyson, John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Eevi, Spirit Bear, Andy, Benjamin Hitov, Ugly Grill, Rudolph Bescherer Jr., Brandyn Abel, Torpedan, Cassandra Curran, Sovereign Tittizen, ShadowTycho, RDHDragon, and Earthbound Star. And thank you as well to the $5 plus supporters who are scrolling on your screen. I hope everyone has a great week. I will see you in the videos that drop. I love you all. Bye.
I'm not a cat.